Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to be going over my updated exclusive equipment priority tier list. It is up to date with the current performance in Dream Realm and AFK stages. For PvP, I have some key heroes here. However, I will talk about them when we get to them. And of course, if you're building any other Celestial Hypogean not on this tier list, you can also upgrade them to plus 20 exclusive equipment because that is where they belong. However, we're talking about the most game-changing heroes in this tier list of what you want to be building. Okay, so number one in the plus 20 exclusive equipment tier list category is still going to be Mehira, who is the queen of AFK Journey and also the queen for new players as well. As soon as you can get your Mehira up to Supreme Plus 20 exclusive equipment, you're really going to perform well in all game modes available to you. And it is a super big priority. So she is still the most important hero to be taking to plus 20 exclusive equipment. However, after that, I would say the twins, Celestial Hypogean, are going to be the next best priority up to plus 20 exclusive equipment. You want to eventually get your twins there. And so when your twins are at Supreme Plus, you can take them all the way there. Because twins are used in almost every single Dream Realm boss top team. The only exception is Blightshroom this season. And it's a very weird and unique boss. That is why they're not runnable. But other than that, twins are really the face of this game, AFK Journey right now. And so both of these heroes are major priorities to plus 20. Then after that, we have the other Celestial Hypogean Dream Realm damage dealers for Endless, which are Baleran and Alicet. Now, once you build these heroes up to Supreme Plus, you will want to also have enough resources to immediately take them to plus 20 exclusive equipment, and honestly, even plus 25. Now, plus 25, just a quick point about this, is that any damage dealer is going to benefit from plus 25, and you can go beyond plus 20 to plus 25. But the heroes which are more supportive, like the twins, you do not want to take them to plus 25 because it's not going to really bring you any higher score in Dream Realm. But Mehira, Baleran, Alicet, and the other damage dealers we'll talk about, plus 25 will also be good for them. But anyway, Baleran and Alicet, they are the basically the king and queen as endless Dream Realm damage dealers out of the Celestial Hypogeans right now. So definitely, if you build them up, you also want to max out their exclusive equipment. And yeah, that is really important. But of course, it will take you a while to build up these heroes. Baleran is better in AFK stages and has a lot of use there. Alicet is just purely for Dream Realm and then also PvP content. And so yeah, that is the, but both of them want plus 20. Now moving on, we have two more endless damage dealers, Ludovic and Pandora. When you make it to Endless Dream Realm, you're going to see both of these heroes take off, and when we get the Mythic Charms, you're going to see Ludovic absolutely skyrocket, because the Mythic Charms can almost double the damage output of HP loss damage from Ludovic, and he's going to be really strong, and we're going to get Mythic Charms in just a bit over 10 days from right now. But Pandora and Ludovic both are really good for Endless Dream Realm. You want to get them to plus 20 exclusive equipment. Also, they're good in PvP, so you can use them there as well. Valara, she is really good for Dream Realm, especially pre-Endless bosses. In Endless bosses, she isn't really in the top teams, but she's still in good budget teams, and also for AFK stages, practically every record formation is using her, so you definitely getting her to plus 20 exclusive equipment is a really good priority. And a really good thing to be building up. And we've kind of ordered it in order, for example. So like when you're done with Ludovic, Pandora, Valara, I would say would probably be next up. Okay, then we have Feresto. So Feresto, you might have thought, oh, isn't he power crept now? Well, with the Titan Weaver return and now having it in ranking mode, Feresto is really doing well there. Also in some Dream Realm bosses, he is in the top team. Somehow in Necrodraken, he's in the top team without Harok, which is like, this was the least expected thing for this season, that actually Harok gets replaced in his best boss, a boss designed for him, and Feresto is still somehow there. But anyway, Feresto is still actually meta for some Dream Realm Endless bosses right now, and so if you have Feresto built plus 20 exclusive equipment, definitely the place for him. Saida for AFK stages, you need to have her at plus 15 exclusive equipment to have those blood spikes and lock down the enemies and deal that HP loss damage. And so, of course, if you build Saida, you'll need to plus 20 exclusive equipment her, and she is the queen of AFK stages right now, in all phases. And then Harok as well. So Harok now is kind of power crept from Endless Dream Realm meta, however, he is going to be good in Titan Reaver, and who knows if there's a boss in the future where he will be good at. So I'm still keeping him on this list, but he's right at the end, and like, obviously, do not build Harok now, probably if you are a newer player and you don't have him built, but if you already have him built, I would definitely keep him at plus 20 exclusive equipment, or even 25, because he is a damage dealer. However, yeah, I mean, we'll have to see exactly how things play out in the future seasons. Okay, so for the plus 10 exclusive equipment category, now the plus 10 all of these heroes, or most of these heroes, will eventually even want plus 20 when you have the resources to do it. However, I've kept them in plus 10 because they are not going to be your top line priority for plus 20. The ones in this top row, those are the ones which want plus 20 kind of first. The plus 10 heroes, though, can really sit at plus 10 for a long time, but eventually, when you have all other priorities met, you have all of the key heroes built on their appropriate exclusive equipment, then you can begin thinking about upgrading these to plus 20 as well. But the other thing to mention is that if you use a hero in Dream Realm or you use it in AFK stages, you use it very regularly, then you want to get that hero to plus 10 first. Like, for example, don't be going like, right for Ludovic plus 20 before you have Damon, Ravion, Zany, Velka, like all of these other heroes. If they're not at plus 10 yet, you shouldn't be just going, I'm just going to plus 20 Ludovic. So that's also just kind of like the priority ordering, is that you do want to get key heroes of plus 10. Plus 20 is a big investment. The only kind of exception is Shamira. You just want to rush plus 20 as soon as you can because she's going to give you so much return. But the other heroes, you still want to plus 10 your other key heroes first before you think about taking these other plus 20 heroes of plus 20. Anyway, so Damon. Damon is good for some endless Dream on boss content. He's good in Primal Lords. He's good in PvP. Overall, just a very solid hero. Plus 10 is good enough for him, but eventually you'll even want to plus 20 him just for some higher damage output in endless Dream on. However, the thing about him is that he doesn't really shine so much in Endless Dream Realm right now because we have a lot of good damage dealers, and so Damon is like, that is why I think plus 10 is actually kind of a good point for him. He isn't as meta as Ludovic and Pandora's endless damage dealers in Dream Realm. Okay, next we have Nazric. Nazric has come this season and he is meta for pre-endless Dream Realm especially. Plus 10 exclusive equipment is absolutely essential for him because that is going to give the damage boost onto the enemy target. And so Nazric is really important to plus 10. If you build him, you have to plus 10 exclusive equipment. Ravion as well. You really want to get to plus 10 exclusive equipment just for those stats. Eventually, you can even consider Ravion and Nazric both to plus 20 because they do gain some bonus buffs or basically, buffs or debuffs by getting to that higher level to increase your overall damage score in a Dream Realm boss. And Ravion and Nazric both have their use in Dream Realm, but Ravion is also good in PvP, and Ravion is really good in PvP, and that is why, honestly, if you're thinking about a plus 20 upgrade priority, I would probably do Ravion before Nazric because of the fact that Ravion, you can also get value from him in PvP. Zany is good at plus 10. She's a really good damager for Dream Realm. As you guys have seen, AFK stages, she also has use, but really plus 10 is enough. Eventually plus 20 if you have the resources, but plus 10 is enough. Velka, plus 10 is really the sweet spot for her because that is going to boost like the attack speed she grants herself, and that is going to increase her own damage output when you have her Supreme Plus skill upgrade unlocked. And she is a good damager for some endless Dream on bosses, so definitely Velka plus 10. I run plus 10 that doubles the duration of his alternate crowd control immobilization, which is good for AFK stages, and he still is used in AFK stages. Bonnie is good at plus 10 exclusive equipment. That's kind of like a good spot for her, and I wouldn't really like, high priority or plus 20 anymore. She used to be like a really high target for plus 20, but now we have a lot of good heroes and like heroes which are more important than her to even plus 20. But Bonnie sometimes has use in Dream Realm. She doesn't really have use in AFK stages. She's mainly PvP and a very niche Dream Realm hero. And so that's why it's only like a luxury if you can plus 20 or just for PvP. Shakira plus 10, you will want to have this, even though Shakira's not meta in any Dream Realm boss right now. Titan Reavers or some content always comes around Primal Lord where Shakira is needed at plus 10 because that shares his attack buff with allies when he's in a Zupine's aura. And so that's why it's really important to get Shakira plus 10 exclusive equipment eventually. Sinbad plus 10 is a nice spot for him. When he is used, now he has been a bit power crept out of the meta by other damages than other heroes, but Sinbad always has that occasional boss use, and so I would also try to plus 10 exclusive equipment him. Theodora, he gets a really big upgrade of plus 10 exclusive equipment that gives 350 energy to the ally behind him. That can be useful for AFK stages, it can be useful for PvP, and Theodora really is a beast in PvP, so plus 10 on Theodora. Plus 10 on Faramore. Now, plus 10 on Faramore is not actually that important, but I still recommend it basically for everyone, because Faramore does have Dream Realm usage, so you'll just want the stats from the plus 10, and the plus 10 also will expand the radius of his magic circle after he defeats an enemy, and that can be useful for some AFK stages, but not absolutely necessary. So Faramore is also a hero that could be sitting at plus 5, but I just recommend practically everyone should be getting him to plus 10 as well eventually. Hugin Hugo has some Dream Realm use in Nocturne Judicator. He also has some other various Dream Realm use, but not in the top teams, but kind of the budget teams. He's also good for AFK stages. He's also good in PvP. So for all of those reasons, definitely plus 10 exclusive equipment. Hugo is kind of a no-brainer, and it should be done. Smokey plus 10 exclusive equipment. We've seen him. He's even having some Dream Realm Endless use right now, and also in Titan Reaver. He's an overall good HP loss damage dealer with the attack buff and haste buff. All of that is value for him, and so you will want to plus 10 him just for that value. Now we have 3 PvP heroes, Siren, Tossie, Lily May. They're basically exclusively PvP. Lily may have some use in Ravage Realm, but yeah, that's basically it. So these 3 heroes are all very solid in PvP, and they're very used heroes. But plus 10 exclusive equipment is a good spot for them until you have the resources to take them further. Now again, if you have plenty of resources, and if you want to prioritize PvP, you can take these PvP heroes even up to plus 20. That is totally fine. But I'm just saying that this is a nice spot for them to stop at while you work on some of your other Dream Realm damage dealer heroes, and then you begin getting them up when you have the resources. Sonya plus 10 exclusive equipment gives that damage reduction after she casts her ultimate. That can be useful for some Dream Realm content, but basically Sonya's only a Dream Realm hero, and she's not really the most meta anymore. She's really kind of like at that Sinbad level, kind of not going to be in all top teams, but sometimes she will occasionally be in a top team, and that's why having her built plus 5 is fine with her, but plus 10 would be a bit nicer. Odie honestly is a hero that doesn't need plus 10 anymore. It's basically only for some battle drills content. Other than that, he's not really needed. But plus 10 is still a really nice point for him. It gives him a major skill upgrade, and it allows Odie to do what Odie is meant to do. Yeah, so Odie as well, this is very debatable. You don't even have to technically include him here. You don't even need to really build him. But like I would say, if you have him built, you have the resources, plus 10 is good for him. It's a good spot for him. And then Rainier plus 10. So Rainier Mythic Plus is the thing which gives you the damage boost onto the enemy target. You do not need to upgrade the exclusive equipment of Rainier at all, but upgrading it to plus 10 is going to give some damage reduction to the position swap ally. That can be useful in some Dream Realm bosses sometimes when that hero is just taking too much damage and can't survive, but that's very rare. Honestly speaking, Rainier doesn't really need this skill, but for PvP content, if you're using it, it's useful, and for some Dream Realm niche cases, it can sometimes be useful, and also just gives Rainier more stats, which sometimes, again, that survival can help. So, but again, he's kind of at the lower priority of the plus 10. Okay, now moving down to the plus 5, we have some other key heroes here used for various content. Almas for AFK stages, plus 5 is perfectly enough. Brian for AFK stages, plus 5 is perfectly enough. He doesn't gain any other major skill upgrade in the higher upgrades of his exclusive equipment, so plus 5 is really all you need. And you might be thinking, well, won't it give me more stats, won't it help me in AFK stages? Honestly, from my experience, like plus 5, plus 10 Brian, you're gonna do basically almost the same job in AFK stages, and even if you're struggling a bit, you wait for a higher level and you are going to be able to clear it with the Brian at plus 5. So it's a really good spot for him. Coco at plus 5 I also think is a very good spot. Going higher than that is really not needed, not really necessary, and you can just save your resources for more important heroes. But Coco at plus 5. And then you have Mikola. So Mikola is a hero that gets an interesting buff at plus 10, basically more vitality for your allies. There were some really weird circumstances where it was actually needed. Like I remember Mirage Frostbite when it came as a Primal Lord. Like if you didn't have plus 10 Mikola, there were some problems. So I can argue of putting Mikola up into the plus 10. I think I will just move her up into the plus 10 for that reason. But really, she doesn't need to be there. Plus 5 is perfectly fine for Mikola. So you guys have seen where I originally placed her. But in those really unique circumstances where you need to have her at plus 10, again, you could think about or you may need to upgrade her, but it's very rare and it's not really required. Normally, plus 5 is perfectly fine for Mikola. Thorin plus 5 is perfectly fine. You're going to use him in King Croker basically as a tank, and he does his job at plus 5. He doesn't need to be higher exclusive equipment. Kruger at plus 5 is also enough. He's mainly there for his debuff for Dream Realm content. He does contribute some damage of his own, but even at plus 5, his damage should be high enough. Lucy plus 5 is enough. For AFK stages, you've seen it a lot, that plus, like a lot of record formations will just have a plus 5 Lucy. She doesn't have to be higher than that, but she is meta for AFK stages, that's why I put her in this list. And Rowan as well, plus 5 is perfectly enough. You don't need to have him higher than that. He doesn't gain any major skill upgrade at the higher exclusive equipment levels, and yeah, if you ever need Rowan for any content. So anyway guys, that is basically going to be it of all of the key heroes I have put into the priority tier list. Hopefully this helpful explanation also helped you further. Basically, basically understand the priorities and which ones you want to be focusing on. Just to recap, the plus 10 heroes can all be taken up, or most of them can be taken to plus 20 when you have the resources to do so. But the major priorities would be your PvP heroes like Siren, Tassi, Lily May, Bonnie, if you just want to maximize in PvP, or if you want to maximize in your Dream Realm, various teams, the niche teams, Damon, Nazarick, Ravion, Zany, all very big priorities to upgrade to plus 20. Apart from that, I wouldn't really focus any of the other big ones here. And if you're building any Celestial Hypogean, like if you're building Athalia, if you're building Dunlinger, obviously you should also upgrade them to plus 20 exclusive equipment, or Mehira. So Mehira is one final here I just want to talk about. She is not really meta for Dream Realm. However, she's a bit meta for Titan Reaver. You guys are going to see in the upcoming days and rotations. And she is in one technically top boss team for Dream Realm currently. And so, if you build Mehira, you'll want a plus 20 exclusive equipment her. However, I didn't include her in the list because, I mean, most people are not building Mehira to Supreme Plus just for that very niche usage. We'll have to wait and see in upcoming seasons. Is she going to have more usage, or is she going to remain as she is? Most people just have Mehira at one copy, and that's why I didn't even bother talking about her. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. If there's any other hero that you believe I missed and should be included here, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below, because that can definitely help others out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you guys are not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There's a link to that in the description of this video, and we talk about everything related to AFK Journey there. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video, and a pinned comment. There's the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.